call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Uros takes on Gilbert Urbina this Saturday at UFC Fight Night. And this is a decent fight between these two guys. I think they're going to try and keep it on the feet for the majority of the time. You know, Medic, primarily a striker, struggles with the grappling, with the takedown defense. Gilbert Urbina, also primarily a striker, but he will look for takedowns, so we'll look to mix it up. So I think Urbina's pathway to victory in this one is to shoot for takedowns, try to get it to the ground, out-grapple Uros Medic, who's been shown to be able to get out-grappled. He's been out-grappled by lightweights when he fought in that division, and Gilbert Urbina's a big dude, 6'3", for welterweight. So I'm curious to see how this one plays out, but Medic is 32, he's 6'1", with a 71-inch reach and 10-3 in his career, coming in off of a very quick knockout loss to Punahele Soriano. Before that, knocked out Tim Means, and before that, lost to Miktabek Oralbai in a short notice replacement fight. So very technical striker, crispy, has decent power, good uppercuts, good spinning techniques, and like I alluded to earlier, he just struggles with when guys try to get him to the ground with his takedown defense. He can be finished on the ground. Obviously, he lost by neck crank to Miktabek Oralbai, lost by rear naked choke to Jalen Turner after he got dropped. Has a 55% takedown defense, so that's the pathway for anybody against Medic, who is a long, technical striker on the feet, is to just get him to the ground and try to finish him there. Gilbert Urbina, 29, he's 6'3", with a 75-inch reach, and he's 7-3 in his career, so he's going to be 3 years younger, 2 inches taller, and have a 4-inch reach advantage. But he's I don't think he's as good of a striker as Medic. You know, he's kind of rudimentary, slow at times, kind of slow kicks. His last fight versus I think it was Charles Ratke, he just like couldn't get really anything going, wasn't doing much, had no real presence in the cage, was just kind of letting Ratke do what he wanted, and eventually got hurt pretty badly and got out of there. He doesn't really have a wrestling background or jiu-jitsu credentials that I can find. He does have some rear naked chokes on his record, so obviously he's got some skill there, but can be hurt on the feet, can be rather chinny at times, but got some takedowns over Ryan Kashi in round 1, had some decent grappling against Brian Battle, round 1 of their fight, and came out pretty aggressive. So it just seemed like it was kind of two different Gilbert Urbinas in these fights. You know, the guy that came out in the Brian Battle fight, the Ryan Kashi fight, and then the one that came out in Charles Ratke. So it's just, I'm not really sure which one is going to show up. So because of that, and because of his ability to get hit a lot and get chinned, I'm going to go with Uros Medic. Gilbert Urbina, you know, he was KO'd by Tereshan Gore, just recently KO'd by Charles Ratke. The guy can just be there he's just there to get hit. I don't think he takes damage very well. I don't think he's going to have the takedown ability and the grappling to beat Uros Medic. I think Uros Medic is going to kind of be able to keep his range and outland Gilbert Urbina and hurt him. Uros Medic doesn't have the best wins either. You know, an old Tim Means, Matthew Semmelsberger, Omar Morales. Both these guys are still kind of, they're both kind of 50-50, and I'm not sure about either of them at this point in their careers, but just given how I've seen Uros Medic perform and what I've seen from Gilbert Urbina, I'm going to go with Uros Medic. I think he can get this one done by KO, and if not by KO, I think he can get a decision. Thanks.